Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, we'll create a complete run cycle animation in Blender from scratch. You'll learn how to build strong key poses, create natural weight transfer, fix common issues like foot sliding, and turn a single run cycle into a character that can run forward continuously. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a smooth run cycle that loops seamlessly in Blender. Let's get started. First things first, we need a character to animate. For this project, I'll use Tripo's multi-view mode to generate a 3D character from a set of reference images. I'll enable 4 KPBR textures, choose quad topology, and then click Generate. A few minutes later, the character is ready to download. I'll select the Mixamo export option, choose the FBX format, and save it to my computer. If you'd like to try Tripo for yourself, you can find the link in the description. New users can currently get 50% off the first month of the Pro and Max plans, along with double credits to create even more 3D assets. The next step is to prepare the character for animation by creating a rig. For that, I'm going to use Mixamo. First, I'll upload the FBX file exported from Tripo. Then I'll place the markers as shown on the screen and start the auto rigging process. Once the rig is ready, I'll simply download the character again as an FBX file. Now let's bring the character into Blender and prepare it for animation. After importing the character, you may notice that the armpit area doesn't deform very well when the arm moves, which causes some texture stretching. To fix this, I'll switch to weight paint mode and adjust the influence of the upper arm bone in that area. I'll also use the blur brush to smooth out the weight transition and create cleaner deformations during animation. Next, I'll select the armature and switch to rest pose. As you can see, the character falls onto the ground because of an orientation issue. To fix this, I'll rotate the character 90 degrees, switch to pose mode, select all the bones, go to the pose menu and apply pose as rest pose. Once that's done, I'll switch back from rest pose to pose position so the character is ready for animation. Now press N to open the side panel. Here, I'll use the Mixamo Blender add-on that I installed earlier. If you'd like to learn how to install and use this add-on, you can check out the tutorial linked in the top right corner. Before creating the control rig, I'll disable Apply Animation and IK Arms. Since we're creating a run cycle, using FK controls for the arms will give us smoother motion and make the animation easier to manage. Once I click OK, we'll have a fully rigged character that is ready for animation. Now let's start creating the run cycle animation. To help guide the process, I'll be using a set of reference images. These will help us create stronger key poses and more natural movement. First things first, I'm going to select the hips control bone and move it slightly down on the Z-axis. This creates a small compression pose, which helps the character feel more grounded and ready to push forward into the run. Next, I'm going to rotate the hips control bone slightly on the X-axis to lean the character forward. This helps create a stronger sense of forward momentum and makes the run feel more active and energetic. Now let's select the spine control bone and rotate it slightly on the X-axis as well. This helps the upper body follow the forward motion of the hips and creates a smoother line of action through the body. I'm going to rotate the hips control a little on the local Z-axis as well. This creates a more natural twist through the torso. Finally, I'm going to rotate the head control bone slightly so the character looks forward in the direction of the movement. Keeping the character looking forward also makes the animation feel more natural. Next, I'm going to start posing the legs using the IK foot controls. First, I'll move the right foot slightly backward on the Y-axis to create the support position for the run. Then I'll move the left foot backward as well and rotate it slightly on the X-axis to match the reference pose and create a more natural running motion. Now let's switch to the front view and adjust the spacing of the legs a little. I'm going to move the left and right IK foot controllers closer together because the legs are currently too wide apart. Bringing them slightly inward helps the pose feel more balanced. Using the right leg pole bone makes the supporting leg more natural. Next, I'm going to select the hips control bone again and rotate it slightly on the local Z-axis toward the lifted leg. This creates a more natural hip tilt and helps push the character's weight onto the supporting foot. Now, I'm going to rotate the hips control a little on the local Y-axis as well. This helps the upper body follow the motion of the front leg and creates a more natural twist through the torso. I've repositioned the head so the character is looking forward again. Now let's pose the arms. In a natural run, the arms move opposite to the legs to help balance the body and support the motion. So the arm near the front leg moves backward while the other arm moves forward. First, let's select the left and right shoulder control bones and rotate them slightly to keep the shoulders in a more natural and upright position. For the arms, I'm going to use FK controls instead of IK controls. FK is usually better for running and walking animations because it creates smoother arcs and more natural swinging motion. Now let's pose the arms and hands based on the reference image. Once the first pose is finished, press A to select all the bones. Then press K and insert a location and rotation keyframe on frame 1 to save the pose before moving on to the next key pose. Now let's move on to the pose on frame 3. Go to frame 3. In this pose, the right foot is still supporting the body while the heel starts lifting off the ground and the weight shifts onto the toe. At the same time, the character begins pushing forward, which helps create a stronger sense of momentum in the run. To create that forward push motion, let's start by moving the hips control bone slightly forward and a little upward. Since the right foot is now pushing up on the toe, we can rotate the right foot control bone slightly to create that motion. Then, let's use the left foot IK control to pose the left leg based on the reference image. Next, let's rotate the hips control bone slightly on the local Z-axis so more weight shifts onto the supporting leg. At the same time, let's rotate the hips control bone slightly toward the lifted leg as well. This creates a more natural hip tilt. To help the upper body follow the motion of the lifted leg, let's rotate the spine control bone slightly on the local Y-axis. This creates a more natural body twist. Let's adjust the head again so the character keeps looking forward in the direction of the movement. Finally, let's pose the arms based on the reference image to complete the running motion. Once the pose is finished, press A to select all the bones, then press K and insert a new location and rotation keyframe to save the pose on frame 3. If you play the animation now, you'll notice that Blender automatically creates the transition on frame 2 using interpolation between the key poses. Now let's move on to the pose on frame 7. Here, the character pushes forward using the toe of the right foot while the body weight shifts onto the left leg as it contacts the ground. First, let's move to frame 7 and select the root control bone, which controls the overall movement of the character. Then move it slightly forward on the Y-axis to continue the forward motion of the run. After that, let's pose the right and left legs based on the reference image. Don't forget to press Alt-R on the foot control bone to clear the previous rotation. Let's rotate the hips control bone slightly on the local Y and Z axis to shift the body weight onto that side. At the same time, rotate the spine control bone slightly on the Y and Z axis as well, so the upper body naturally follows the supporting leg. Finally, pose the arms based on the reference image to match the movement of the legs and complete the running pose. Once the pose is finished, press A to select all the bones, then press K and insert a new location and rotation keyframe to save the pose on frame 7. Now, we can start adding a few breakdown keyframes to refine the motion. For example, between frame 3 and frame 7, the supporting foot slides too much before contacting the ground, which makes the motion feel less natural. Now, move to frame 4. Select the right foot control bone and rotate it so the foot becomes more straight. Insert a new keyframe to save the adjustment. Select the right IK bone, rotate and move it, and save the pose. Select the hips control bone, move it slightly forward on the Y-axis so the back leg feels more stretched and extended, then insert a new keyframe to save the pose. After that, select the left foot IK control, move it slightly forward, rotate it a little, and add another keyframe to refine the motion. Let's make the same adjustments on frames 5 and 6 as well. This will create a much smoother transition as the supporting weight shifts from the right leg to the left leg during the run. Now let's move on to the pose on frame 10. This is basically the reverse version of the pose we created earlier on frame 1. First, use the annotate tool to mark the point where the character's toe touches the ground. Then, go back to frame 1, select all the bones and press Ctrl C to copy the pose. Now move to frame 10. Press Shift Ctrl V and paste the pose reversed. Select the root control bone and move the entire character forward on the Y-axis until the toe lines up with the marker we created earlier. Once that's done, select all the bones and insert a new location rotation keyframe to save the pose. If you play the animation now, you'll notice that the supporting foot slides forward instead of staying locked in place. To fix this foot sliding problem, we'll add a few extra keyframes between frames 7 and 10 to keep the foot grounded. Select the left foot control bone, move the foot slightly backward on the Y-axis until the toe lines up with the marker, then insert a new keyframe. After that, go to frame 9, align the foot again the same way, and add another keyframe. Now if we play the animation again, you'll see that the foot stays much more stable and the sliding problem is fixed. Now let's move on to the pose on frame 12. This will be the reversed version of the pose we created earlier on frame 3. Go back to frame 3, select all the bones and press Ctrl C to copy the pose. Then move to frame 12 and press Shift Ctrl V to paste the flipped version of the pose. After that, select the root control bone and align the character with the marker. Finally, select all the bones and insert a new location and rotation keyframe to save the pose. Now let's create the pose on frame 16. This pose will be the reversed version of the pose on frame 7. First, mark the root bone position. Go to frame 7, select all the bones and copy the pose. Then, move to frame 16 and paste the flipped version of the pose. Move the root bone forward. Once the pose is in place, select all the bones and insert a new location and rotation keyframe to save it. Let's add a few breakdown keyframes to refine the motion in between. Finally, let's create the pose on frame 19. This will be the same pose we used at the very beginning, which will complete the full run cycle. First, add a new marker for the toe position. Then go back to frame 1, select all the bones and copy the pose. Now move to frame 19 and press Ctrl V to paste the same pose. After that, select the root control bone and move the character forward until the toe lines up with the new marker. Once everything is aligned, select all the bones and insert a new location and rotation keyframe. Finally, just like before, we can add a few extra keyframes between the poses to fix the sliding on the right foot and keep it grounded during the contact phase. Okay, now let's turn this into a full run cycle. What we're going to do is take this single running loop and extend it infinitely using extrapolation. First, switch the timeline editor to the graph editor. Then disable the only selected option so we can see all the animation curves. Next, select any keyframe from one of the curves. Press N to open the side panel and go to the Modifiers tab. From here, add a Cycles modifier. You'll notice that the animation curve now repeats infinitely. However, instead of using repeat motion for the after mode, set it to repeat with offset. This will keep the character moving forward continuously instead of snapping back to the starting position after each cycle. To apply this to the rest of the animation curves, copy the modifier first. Then press A in the graph editor to select all the curves, and also press A in the viewport to select all the bones. Finally, click Paste Modifier. Now, when we play the animation, the character will keep running forward in an infinite loop. And that's it for this run cycle project. If you enjoyed this tutorial and would like to see more character animation tutorial, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps support the channel and allows me to create more Blender tutorials for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.